is the modules under the knowledge map. So I'm going to click on that over here. I'm going to go to the knowledge map, and this is like a map of all of mathematics, and I'm using that term kind of liberally, but if I zoom out here, it's kind of like a Google Earth or whatever, a map of all of math. Now, it's not really all of math, but it's a good chunk of what you'd see in high school. So it starts at the top of the map with this addition and subtraction. This is literally like 2 plus 2 and stuff like that. And it gets more difficult as you kind of drag the map and go downwards. Here you can see rates, fractions, probability and statistics, linear equations, some kind of dragging around, and it even goes down to calculus. So these are kind of the big picture things, and if I want to get more into it, so let me go up to, let's say, linear equations, and you can zoom in, and you can zoom in and kind of see smaller things. If you were to click on that linear equations button, it would have a big smorgasbord of different types of questions. I'm not really even sure how that thing works. But these are the more specific objectives. If I zoom all the way in under linear equations, I can see things like multi-step equations. If I know I'm not good at that, then I can come here and practice this. Because what these are like test-generated, it's like a worksheet. It's a test generator online that gives you an infinite amount of these types of skills and has you practice them. So you can see these are colored different. This means this blue star means I'm proficient at this skill. And the orange means, let's see, it means I'm in review, so it's something I need to go back and look at. So let's click on, I'm just going to click on this for a second, let you take a look at what this looks like. So it brings me into this module called one-step equations with multiplications. So you can see, hopefully you can see this, this is 10x equals 7. So pretty basic stuff, but the format of this is a test generator, and over here I have things, some tools I can put in the answer, acceptable formats. So like when you're using fractions and decimals, if you hover over the acceptable formats, it shows you what you can type into this little text box right here. So you don't have to be extremely specific. It gives you a few things you can do, like an improper fraction, a mixed number, or a decimal. It gives you all those options. Check answer button once I put something in there, and then here, what I want to maybe focus in on here is I'd like a hint, and stuck watch a video over that objective. So if this is something, the test generator itself, that thing's not necessarily going to help you, but if you could watch a video or even get hints on this skill, that's something that could help you and you could eventually become proficient at. So the format, how this thing works is basically you were to go through this. So I'll do a few. Let's see, 10x. We divide by 10 on both sides. So 7 divided by 10. I think that's an acceptable answer. Check your answer, and yay, I got it right. I get these leaves, and I can ask for a new question. And again, here it's 7 equals 6x. So I divide both sides by 6. I'm going to leave that as an improper fraction. Check my answer. Yay, I get another card, more leaves. I'm not really sure what the leaves kind of how they're interpreted in the system, but basically if the more you get right in a row, that's how you get proficient at this. And then once you're proficient, I think there'll be a message that pops down here saying you're proficient. And if we were to go back to the knowledge map, so I'll hit my back arrow here, lose my progress, it will become blue, like you can see this star is right there, and that's how you become, that means you are proficient. So that's kind of a real quick introduction to what Khan Academy can do for you. And I'm actually, as your assignment, as you can see, I want you to do 3 of these, and the 3 are understanding function notation. That's the name of a module. So it can be kind of hard to just know where to go to find that. Whoops. So if you just type in that to the search, understanding function notation, to this top search, understanding function notation, and hit enter. Whoops, I kind of jumped the gun on that. Let me do that again. Understanding function notation, and then videos, and then exercise. That's what I want to do. The exercise is the module. That'll bring you to the understanding function notation module if you can't find it on the knowledge map. It might take a while for you to get it that way. You can just go put it in the search and it drops down here. You're going to answer like, I think 10 questions in a row, but make sure you become proficient. It will tell you, it'll be blue, it'll light up, because there's another message that comes up as you're working through these, and it's like awards. So that's the other thing I'm going to show you real quick before you go anywhere, is you can receive, like you can see, this is all kind of based on a game interface. You can earn points by doing cool stuff like going quick or watching a lot of videos or spending time in Khan Academy. It keeps track of that. You earn these points. So if you go back to your profile, some of the awesome things about this program is you can select your avatar, so everybody gets a leaf to start out with, and then when you earn points, you get to pick these little guys like Mr. Pink, and the more elite characters down here cost more points. So I'm not going to focus too much on that, but that is kind of a cool aspect. But as a teacher, I get to actually view, if I go to coach, I get to view my class, and I actually don't have any students in here besides my son who I just added, but I'll get to look at your progress and kind of view all that data, that teacher stuff, through this this website. So that's kind of Khan Academy in a nutshell. Let's make sure we've addressed everything. Okay, we talked about how to create an account, make Schmalzi your coach, and then again, I want you calculus students to take a look at these 3 modules and become proficient at them. And if it's something like some of you might be able to do all 3 in 20 minutes and you're done. But if you're in the module for factoring polynomials too, and that's something you need to review, go check out those videos and see how to do that. Factoring polynomials. That actually, I actually want to go to, well, let me go to the knowledge map for a second and show you one more thing. I think factoring polynomials is, let me back way up, is under the heading polynomials, probably. So let me zoom in on polynomials. One other thing is, you notice these lines. Basically, it works like this. The top down becomes harder. So if you were to look at, I've got factoring polynomials 2 right here in the center of the screen. This is factoring polynomials 2. Well, if I can't do that or I'm struggling, factoring polynomials 1 is like a prerequisite to factoring polynomials 2. So if you find factoring polynomials 2 is too hard, you might want to go back up the knowledge map to factoring polynomials 1, and even if that's not making much sense, go farther back up, factoring linear binomials, multiplying binomials, to kind of give you a review of like things that you'll need to do this, because as you see these things are linked together with a line, that means to get here conceptually you need to understand the things before it. And obviously everything's webbed together, but these immediate like interconnected things like from here to here, they have a lot to do with each other. We don't expect you to go all the way back up to addition and subtraction of like 1-digit numbers, but that's kind of something else that I wanted to point out. If you're working on the factoring polynomials 2 and you're having a hard time, go back to the knowledge map and see what's above it, and maybe even what's above that. And again, watch the videos, ask for hints, and that's pretty much it. If you're doing this and you have questions, please feel free to email me and let me know. So otherwise, that's pretty much it. Thanks.